How's it going, folks? theBolderBoulder here, and today I'm going to be showing you some little MOCs that I was inspired to make while I was making the MOC contest entry. And these are called the Kraahkan Creatures, and you'll see why as I go over these three figures. Now, I don't really have name for any of them, really. I just wanted to show them to you guys, and sort of to show the things you can do with CCBS. So I'm going to start off with the one in the middle, and then we'll move on to the other two in a moment. As with all three of these creatures, this one is quite unique, which was a goal I had throughout the creation of these characters, was to make some unique things, and I hope you like the result. So let's take a little bit of a closer look. A closer look at the head, and also down here at the feet. A fairly basic design, but it makes for a pretty interesting build, I'd say. And I don't know, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it, but I'd also like to show you, also back here, I have the movie version of the Kraahkan, which I was able to get for a pretty decent deal. Got a few spikes around here on his back, some on his legs, of course one right here on his underbelly, and of course the big spike on his tail. So that essentially covers this creature. Now let's move on to the other one that's gold and black. Alright. This is a one-legged creature with 2 arms and 2 spiked wings? Question mark? Whatever these extremities are. I'm guessing they can't really be used for flight though, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they're just extra arms. We'll go with that. And he's got a very long body, but it's sort of crunched up in this position. Very skinny as well. It's odd that he's able to hold up all of this weight on just a single foot, but I digress. Anywho, what makes this a Kraahkan creature is the mask of control on the back of his foot, as you may have seen moments ago. Then back here, we get a pretty good view of his back. And again, there's some more spikes. Those gold pieces sort of make a very contrasting color. Though it's a darker gold, it's a bit contrast, and I don't know what it is about black and gold together, but it looks nice. Anyway, let's flip it over, show you another feature of his. Is right here. His jaw can open and close. But there are no visible eyes, so one might wonder how this thing sees. Your guess is as good as mine. And that's pretty much all I have for this one as well. Now let's move on to my last one, which also happens to be my favorite of the three. I'm not quite sure what it is, but this one sort of stands out in a way that he's got a bit more character, a bit more charm about him compared to the other two. I can't exactly place it, but I hope you know what I mean. Regardless, let's just take a look at him a little bit closer, starting off where the mask placement is probably one of the most obvious ones, I would say. Right here on the base, and it helps to stabilize him. And this is the mask that came with the original MOC from way back when. First gen Bionicle. Closer look at the back. Quite compact design. It was a little bit of a challenge for me, admittedly. But I think I actually put the most work out of these ones into this character, whatever he is or whatever his background is. He's got movable jaw, Sort of some mandibles, I reckon. These Ben 10 claws, which look nice in my opinion. Definitely otherworldly looking. And his head really can sort of open like so. I don't know what really that would do. Maybe you could take a mask in there and he absorb the power or use the power, or maybe he's good and his eyes are there to deceive the bad guys. You know, I'm just making this up as I go, to be honest. You guys are free to make up your own stories. I'd like to hear what you'd have to say, what you think this guy would do. Don't necessarily let what I just said influence your story. I'd like to hear what your story is. And believe it or not, this is actually all based on a tiny little CCBS torso. So, go figure. But that's all for this guy. So, let's bring the whole group back together again. Well, there you have it, folks. The Kraahkan Creatures. Again, I'd really like to hear what you guys have to say about these guys. If you want to make up any stories for these ones, just specify which one, and I'd like to see it. I check pretty much all of the comments I get on my YouTube videos, comments on Facebook and Blogger, so feel free to leave your opinions in any of those forms of media, and I might respond. So thank you guys very much for watching and subscribing, and if you'd like to see pictures, check out my Facebook page. Have a wonderful day. God bless.